do a quick sound check before I get started. Let me see here. You might hear an echo real quick. This the ghetto sound check, so y'all just gotta y'all gotta deal with it, okay? But I got you. I got you. One of these days. All right, we good. We are good. We are good, and we are live. What is up, guys? It is your girl, Miss Twilight Speaks. I very rarely go live on YouTube. Uh, I have my reasons, but today I could not pass up the opportunity. Basically, I only go live when it's just detrimental. Like, I cannot pass up the opportunity to go live. I have to go live because if I don't go live, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I just did not want to make a video on this because it just would not do it justice, because we absolutely need to get into some things, and this is way more than what it appears. This is way deeper than what it appears to be. Okay? Bear me a moment. Okay. Talk about a girl that don't know how to live stream. Lord have mercy. Help her. Help her. Jesus, take the wheel. Help her. All right. So, for those of you who don't know me, I hail from Chicago, Illinois. I have been on this internet journey for a minute now. And the people who have been rocking with me have been rocking with me for a really, really long time. And I absolutely appreciate that. Okay. So, I really started off in a spiritual space, in the melanated empowerment space. I had a little blog talk for a while. I got an opportunity to meet some notable individuals like Dr. Umar and David Banner. You know, when it was really hot in the internet streets to be a hotep. But honestly, I didn't start it because it was hot, because I was getting all types of flack. Like, with black folks saying, why you posting that black stuff, okay? And this was between 2014 2016. I really got my rhythm on Instagram, and then I just slowly start to migrate to other social media platforms, especially when they hijacked the algorithm once Meta took over. So it's been a journey, guys, and honestly, building up my channel has been a journey. I've just now it's been about a year I've really been building it up. So, really where I stand is that I stand for truth. Truth is truth, right? And I believe that truth is freeing, because when you stand for truth and you are free in that truth, you are free to make decisions with clarity. If you live a lie, you could literally make decisions that go against you, that are destructive to you, only because you have a twisted and or flawed premise from which you are operating. So I clear the smoke screens. Okay. And some people have called me a conspiracy theorist. If you go through my catalog, I have talked about various different things that have proven to be true today. So I always stand on business when it comes to the truth. And sometimes I get a lot of backlash for it, and it's cool. You know, it's like that. When you are someone who is a quote unquote whistleblower, unironically, for the people that I'm talking about, when you're a whistleblower and you're shifting the paradigm, people are experiencing all types of cognitive dissonance, and they tend to lash out on the messenger and not really give credence to the message. So I'm used to that. That's human behavior. But when something becomes common knowledge, then everybody jump on the bandwagon. Y'all know how it is. So, me in my small little space, I welcome you all. I'm glad that you're here. Make sure you comment, make sure you share this. How you doing, Erica? You said turn up my volume some. Uh, Hold on. Is that better? Is that better? Let me know if that's better. I done turned it all the way up to 100. Y'all let me know in the chat if that's better. Make sure you comment. Make sure you share. All right, so I'm guessing it's better. If it's not, let me know. So what I'm talking about to you guys on today is something that really is very interesting about the shift in consciousness and about the truth. And I'm going to break it all the way down, so you want to make sure you stay tuned till the end. So first and foremost, okay, it's better. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. I appreciate that. Okay, good. Okay. I didn't want to sound like I was trying to, All right, awesome. Good stuff. All right, so what we're talking about today is what's going on in the woman sphere. Ooh, child. Woo, child. We have so many different levels as women. I think that the common consensus from women is something needs to change, right? But we are all divided on what needs to change. And that is what we are seeing, the fallout of something needs to change, right? Now, I want everybody to just understand that this is normal and it should be this way. When women are figuring out how to come up under that rock called being male identified and male centered, there is not going to be a general consensus of how you do this. Okay, some people are still going to be operating from the old paradigm. Some people are going to incorporate the old paradigm into some new stuff. Some people are going to go completely left. Some people are going to go completely right. Some people are going to stay in the middle. And some people just going to make up an eclectic mix of shit to do, because there is no specific route that you need to take. The thing that women know, and women know for sure, is one thing. They got to stop being male identified. That's what women know. The thing that women are grappling with is how to best approach not being male identified. You understand? Because I did a live stream about 3 weeks ago with regard to the Queen Maker and how we had an exchange. Now, this exchange was not on YouTube. It was on Facebook. And basically what I concluded from that exchange, that she was a grifter and she was a hustler and she was truly male identified, not in a way that I want to be with a man, but that I actually, taking it to another extreme level, I am a man. I am a man, okay? So from our interactions, concluded that she is going to lead women into more same-sex relationships. But I don't have a problem with it, but just don't start bullying people into it. My thing is, you can't bully me to have the sexuality you want. Like, that's stupid. Like, get a fucking life already. But anyway, so with that being said, I'm not even on that right now. I'm off that. We're talking about the varying different directions that women are grappling with to go. Should I sprinkle? Should I be 4B? Should I be 6B? Lord, they getting complicated. It's 4B, 6B, 5B, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm out. I don't even know. Just point me in the direction of 4B and I'll take from that what I can. I'm the eclectic person, okay? So yeah. Are we going to be same-sex loving? Are we just we don't love these hoes? No, we don't know what we doing. But we just know that we need to make a change. Hey, sis, how you doing? Miss Happy Nappy, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, we just know we need to make a change. We don't know where the hell we going and what the hell we doing, but we just know we need to make a change. So the arguments are kind of weird because I think that the first thing is that we need to be okay with the fact that people are going to have different ideas of what road to take once they decolonize their male-centered and male-identified mind. They're going to have different roads that they're going to take. No one road is going to lead to a perfect solution for anybody, especially if you're dealing with men. If you choose to deal with men, there's not going to be any perfect solution. And I think that what I admire about SHERASEVEN is she kept it all the way a bando. And this is just my introduction. I got some more stuff for you. I got a surprise for y'all, so make sure you stay tuned. My thing with SHERASEVEN is she kept it a bando. I'm going to tell you what clinched it for me. It wasn't the fact that she was just funny and, quick with her wit. It was the fact that she didn't make it seem like her husband was like this god amongst men. Y'all know these women. I mean, lady, please. To justify that you are with this man, you need to make him a god amongst men? Have you ever heard those women, especially when you at work, all the hell they do is talk about their husband? Oh, yeah, so me and John, we went to the store yesterday, and John, and oh my God, John said, and John, I'm like, bitch, I don't even know you. And I know more about John than I do about you. And I know y'all done been at work, and y'all know these type of women if you ain't been one yourself. And the whole thing about it is that she kept it a bando about her husband. She told it like it is. She said, hey, he old, he ugly, but he take good care of me. I didn't love him at first, but I grew to love him. I fucking respect that. I respect that. Because there's a lot of women out here with that princess programming who sit around and look for a man to vindicate and justify them. And they man could be just very average, but they need to constantly keep convincing themselves that they did the right thing by marrying them. So they just keep throwing them out to us. Something like Nicki Minaj. How don't nobody want to see her husband, but somehow we always see her husband. Now, it's her right on her platforms and stuff to show her husband, sure. But it's giving, why are you pushing him on us? Because we don't want it. Look at him how we look at him, and it's a wrap. You don't gotta justify it. Just be with your pookie and live your life. But you want the rest of the world to say, oh, he a good pookie girl. I wish I had a pookie like him. Nobody's going to say that. Nobody's going to say that. So the issue here with women is that they constantly need to create like this narrative and this storyline and this princess-like reality in order to justify being with a man. Your man is what he is. Imagine Shera taunting her man around, talking about, girl, look at my man, ain't he fine? We all be looking at her like, this bitch is delusional. Okay? Delusional. I'm cutting in and out. Now, how is that so? Let me see. Oh, I know why. Wi-Fi. Hold on one quick second. Ooh, technology. Technology don't do nothing but be a pain in the ass. Is it better now, ladies? I know it's a little bit of a delay. Let me know if it's better. You see? See, when you get to telling the truth, things suddenly cut in and out. Yeah. Let me know if this is better. Let me know if this is better, and I'm going to keep going. So, what we find is a lot of women, in order to, it's still going out. Are you sure, or is that a delay? Because I just fixed it. It's still going in and out. Let me know if it's still going in and out. Ooh, who hating on me? Who hating? Somebody hating. YouTube, you heard I said something about Nikki and y'all hating. It's still going in and out. Let me know. Let me know. I changed from Wi-Fi to, okay, you can hear now? Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right, sis. Why don't you go out and come back in, okay? Um, those that can't hear, hold on. All right, so I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Those that can't hear, please go out, close the app, and come back in. Yep. Appreciate it. What's up, sis? How you doing? Yours truly. Yep. Yep. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. It'd be like that. Cause girl, I'm telling you, I be at work and them damn goddamn Zoom meetings and Teams meetings and all that shit. It ain't nothing but a headache. I don't know why they want more technology, because it ain't nothing but a headache. But anyway, let me go on. So, what I really admired about SHERASEVEN is her ability to not try to make herself look good in front of other people. A lot of women need to justify why they with they Pookie, justify why they with they Dusty, justify why they with their problematic man. And they do this by creating a narrative. They do this by creating a narrative and trying to show the rest of the world that they have such a good man. And they almost kind of like basically impose him on the world. And I'm like, honey, if you got to do all that, he ain't all that. So what I respected about Shera is that she said he was not that attractive. He had money. He took good care of her. She had to grow to love him. And then he had the nerve to be married and have another girlfriend when they first got together. She kept it a bando though, didn't she? And I can respect that. There's not many narcissistic women that's going to do that. Narcissistic women will tell their story to make themselves look good. They will say, oh, he always took care of me and we never had an argument and he just loved me down, girl. Get like me. What? And they be lying their ass off. Okay, they're not going to tell you how he made her look stupid. They're not going to tell you. She tell y'all the real. She tells folk, hey, if you a good looking woman, don't go for a good looking man. Go for a man that don't look as good as you. Although arguably now the ugly ones are a bit much. But for the sake of argument, she said get somebody less attractive with more money. Or if you can't do someone really old, get somebody less attractive. But you want to exercise the leverage. And truthfully speaking, a good looking man just has more range than a good looking woman. Okay, a good looking man tends to be able to get away with more. Why? Because we live under a patriarchy. And if you're a grown woman and you ain't living under a rock, you realize you're living under a patriarchy. So you have to give credence to some of the rules of the said patriarchy. Okay? I mean, as much as we want to be delusional about it, we can't be. Bear me a moment. We can't be delusional about it. So I respected that. And then I started watching Spiritual Whistleblower when she was on Instagram. And you know they ran her the fuck up off there. They ran her the fuck up off there, baby, okay? They ain't have it for Spiritual Whistleblower, okay? It wasn't her time. They weren't fucking with her, okay? Hold on. So I felt like she was saying some good stuff. Now, this is what I want to show you guys. This is the surprise I have for you. So, check it out. I have an ebook for you, Beyond the Comfort Zone. You guys definitely want to check that out. It is a great ebook. It is an easy read, and it comes directly from my soul. Part of the reason why I started back writing, because I'm lazy as hell and I don't like writing, even though I'm a good writer, is it's because I realized that Black women have a nuanced path. They have a nuanced path. This whole time, we have been trying to align ourselves to positive thinking. We have been trying to align ourselves to high vibrational living. And one of the things that we have forgotten about our own story is the fact that we have a unique situation and unique family problems and unique obstacles that we have to overcome as Black women. So here you are on a retreat, doing all the meditation in the world, and then you come back home to your house, and you walking through the door. Hey, shawty! Ski-wee! Hey, shawty! Psst, 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 psst. Hey, shawty with that ass. Hey! Now you tell me, what white woman dealing with that? What white woman dealing with that? Do you figure deal me? What white woman deals with that kind of sexual harassment? I literally moved my ass up out of Chicago. And I moved to certain areas in Chicago to get away from the madness, honey. And I'm not just talking about catcalling and dudes rolling up on you and sexualizing you as soon as they see your face. But I'm talking about just various different nuanced situations that we have as Black women, okay? So I'm going to just read you a quick introduction and we're going to get back to our regular scheduled program. So with the emergence of movements like Black Girl Luxury, Black Girl Rocks, and Soft Life, it can be daunting to sit through all the internet fodder to find what truly aligns with you. In this series of pocket ebook guides, which means there are going to be more, I'm breaking down the obstacles and mental barriers Black women face on their wellness journey based on my own experiences. Many wellness techniques are broad and achievable with time and focus, but there's an unfulfilled niche in the wellness arena addressing the unique challenges of that Black women encounter. Black women's. Okay? We are constantly expected to be strong, reliable, put others' needs before ours, be a stepping stool for others, and provide labor of love with a smile and no complaints. This is bigger than Nino Brown, okay? This is big business. And that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a very nuanced situation. And I had to give credence to it. Because if I did not give credence to it, in all fairness, what would another self-help book do for you? Okay? And it's pretty and it's feminine like you at your core. How many times have we had to adjust, right? To adjust in these toxic environments. And it is a very daunting task to attempt to remain positive when you are living sometimes in the lower socioeconomic realm, when you are dealing with, unproductive family members, when you are dealing with a character indictment if you're not being the sacrificial lamb. So it's an easy 21-page book, and there's going to be more. So the link is actually in the description. You can find it right there in the description. And so basically, go ahead, click on it, buy it. It's very affordable, and there's going to be more. We're going to learn how to set boundaries the Black women's way. Okay, we're going to learn how to deal with grief the Black women's way. We're going to learn how to deal with a trauma brain the Black women's way. We're going to learn how to embrace wellness the Black women's way. Right? And I don't think it's no time like the present. So definitely appreciate the support. The information is in the description. All right. Bear with me a moment. Okay. So I'm back. So now we understand what we're going through. What we're going through here is trying to figure out the best way to absolutely move past our pain and our centering of men and what that has done to denigrate us as women and stifle our emotional and spiritual progress. And men don't understand. Men do understand that that's what they're doing because the entire fucking patriarchy is built off of that. But they don't think it's wrong. That's really the truth. Men don't think nothing is wrong with holding a woman back. Men don't think nothing is wrong with destroying a woman's career because they feel like ain't no career better for a woman than her investing and pouring into a man. That's how they feel. That's what the patriarchy told them, and they gonna stick with it, damn it. Okay? So I wanted to go ahead and check out some of the things that Spiritual Whistleblower was saying about SHERASEVEN, and then I'm going to have commentary in between. But I also want to highlight some really important aspects of the dialogue that she said, because from this, I believe that we can really start a dialogue about which way to go. Now, again, my admiration from Shera comes from her keeping it real. My admiration for Spiritual Whistleblower comes from her shutting the door on her toxic family members. Okay, she literally got a book out that say my family can kiss my ass. I'm pretty sure many of us can relate to the sentiment, and it's for all the reasons that I talked about: being the sacrificial lamb, being the mule, being the stepping stone. That shit get old and tired quick. So Black women's is done with it, and we don't give a damn what our predecessors did. Good for them, whatever, because at this point, how much more should we give, right? So I'm gonna go over what Spiritual Whistleblower said about SHERASEVEN. Now, initially I thought she was just a jealous, hating ass bitch, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't think that that's the full extent of it. I think it's much, much deeper than that. So we're gonna go over it, so you want to stay tuned to the end, okay? And this is from Cerebral Talks TV channel. So you want to check her out, Cerebral Talks TV. And then, yep, I'm going to come back with my commentary.
Women with low self-esteem. That's another thing. Her cult following is nothing. Preys on women with low self-esteem. That's another thing. Her cult following is nothing more than women with low self-esteem that don't know their self-worth. Who gave this bitch authority to give any advice about fashion and hair? She is not tea. Her body is not tea. Her hair is not tea. The makeup is not tea. I will outdress Miss Shera, Miss Ashley, and any other sociopathic black woman on this app. I wish a bitch would come for me, honey. All I did was call out and trigger the Jezebel spirit within Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle and her following. That demonic spirit is lingering inside of all of them. I woke up like this. I woke up like this. We flawless. Ladies, tell them I woke up like this. I woke up like this. We flawless.
Hello everyone, I am Cerebral Baby and this is Cerebral Talks TV, and I thank you so much for joining me. We got to get into it, okay? As you can see on the screen, we have the legendary Shera. SHERASEVEN is her YouTube channel, and the legendary Spiritual Whistleblower. These are two amazing, beautiful women, but there appears to be, well, some people are saying it's a beef after what, you know, the Spiritual Whistleblower said. Other people are saying no, it's a one-sided beef, because Shera did say, she recently said she's not responding much to what she said or anyone else. She's going to keep it classy and she doesn't do the back and forth. So you might be wondering, well, what on earth is going on? Well, basically the Spiritual Whistleblower, she called Shera and other women such as Ashley Dalton and other women on social media, a lot of black women who might appear to criticize black women's appearance on dating and certain advice they try to give and caring about their appearance so much and a lot of other things. She said that they are narcissists and prey on women with low self-esteem. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the short clip of what she said specifically about Shera, and I'm going to play the whole video. Now, you know, I have a number of things to say. I look through the comments, okay, and there are people who are saying, well, Shera is not a Christian. The Spiritual Whistleblower is a Christian. Shera leads with logic over emotions and how to get a provider man and deal with men. And we know how men could be. We know how they can be. How not to lead with your emotions to get what you want, knowing what you want, and getting a makeover, which is often needed with a number of women to attract men who are visual. That is a fact. But the Spiritual Whistleblower is more of, you know, the inside as well. Sure, you can get the man, but can you maintain the relationship? Who are you as a person? What are your morals? She deals with who you are spiritually and from a Christian viewpoint. So they are somewhat similar with helping women. They both have books, but they're also different. So some people are saying, well, it doesn't matter what she said anyway, because Shera is, you know, she's not into Christianity. But it's a lot. It's a lot. So I definitely have an opinion. I definitely have an opinion about some of the things I heard, and I'm going to share it with you, but I'm going to be quiet. Let's look at what she said at first, a little bit about Shera during this video clip. I'm also going to share with you the response video that the Spiritual Whistleblower made to Shera's supporters. Okay, so listen to this.
Off a lot of women that follow Miss Shera and Miss Ashley, and I really don't give a, but I know how to get underneath her skin. Talk about my looks, because see, a woman of God is not shallow. Narcissistic women are not self-aware. They only are about the outward appearance. But when you're a true woman of God, you know the outward appearance means nothing. And she preys on women with low self-esteem. I will outdress Miss Shera, Miss Ashley, and any other sociopathic black woman on this app. I wish it would come for me, honey. I would never take fashion advice from Shera. Her wigs are cheap. Her makeup is, you know, the eyeliner be sloppy at times. Who is she? Who made her the authority to give a big fashion advice? And see, I dress like this on purpose.
Okay, so as you can see, this is her. This is her when she's out having a drink, going to a restaurant, meeting with friends, not dressed down in her videos. A lot of people tend to make assumptions when she dresses like that, and they think they know her like that, how she carries herself, and they don't know that this is how she looks. Then she knows what to do, which she also said in the video. And she does this. and to not be so obsessed about how she looks. What am I saying that's going to reach your soul? Don't worry about how I look. I got it like that. I know what to do, and I know, how to go out. So
Hold up. Is it me or do her and SHERASEVEN look a lot alike when they're done up? Is it just me? Look at the facial and the bone structure. Now Shira's nose is a little bit longer and slender. Hers is a little bit more, peaked. But they looking a whole lot alike. They looking a whole lot alike. So this is a little strange.
this was her just the other day or the other week. She went to a high end or a really nice restaurant. And a lot of people sometimes are surprised when they see her because you see her with the glasses and the beanie, the hoodies, and they think, let's be honest, they think this is some woman that doesn't care about how she looks. Oh, she's homely. Oh, who are you to talk about things? Can you get a man? And she always shows them, baby, I don't have any problems in the department being able to switch up and show you what I can do. You don't know who you're talking to, basically. So now let me give you my opinion just a little bit before I show you the video of what
I'm just talking. Y'all see that tattoo on the stomach? That's what I was saying. Let me pull it back.
in the department being able to switch up and
Boop. Y'all see that tattoo on the stomach? I got some commentary on that. And it ain't what you think, but I'ma hold on.
show you what I can do. You don't know who you're talking to, basically. So now let me give you my opinion just a little bit before I show you the video of what she said. Okay, so I'm going to play the video clip, but really quick, what I have to say is that both of these women have helped women. Shera has helped women level up in many areas of their life besides the fact of just getting a man, but knowing their self-worth, to stop dealing with dusties, to stop being so emotional about certain things, how to deal with men on a psychological level, and also the spiritual whistleblower. She has given many women life advice, not necessarily always dating all the time. She does do that though. She has the book, My Family Can Kiss My You-Know-What, about narcissists in the family, not taking abuse from your family members, knowing your worth as a woman, but also having integrity and morals. So
I know a lot of us can feel her on that my family can kiss my my behind. I know a lot of us feel her on that one. Many of us have come to know how exploited our labor and our energy is within our own family unit. As hard and gut wrenching as that is, women before us had to endure the same level of foolishness. And this is the reason why some of us look at our mother and we can't understand why she's such a laborer for seemingly the most ungrateful fucking people you would ever meet. Okay? Especially when it comes to a man. It's like, why are you laboring so hard? But that is the way that we are conditioned. And that's one of the nuances that I took into consideration in my writings.
both of them have done great things for women. And I know that Shera can be a little bit controversial to some people. She doesn't play around. She doesn't tell you how you always want things to be, but how some things just are or appear to be and how to deal with it. Stepping up your appearance. She did mention women wanting to look good.
One thing about it, and people constantly forget this about SHERASEVEN's message, her message is not for you to get a man of average means. It is not for you to get a man of average means. She gives you a blueprint on what kind of man to target and what that man you're targeting is looking for. These are not men who go to cookouts. These are men who go to galas. These are men who go to events, men who go to black tie events. And when they walk up to a person, they not talking about Slim. They not talking to Slim, okay, about his 5th baby mama. They not playing cards with little Chewy them. All right? They are absolutely making business deals. And so when you are with them, you need to look presentable. You need to look like arm candy. And in exchange for that, you get a lifestyle. That's the facts. And plenty of women before her, gold diggers, have laid this blueprint out, and it's quite simple. This is not new information. But every time somebody talks about SHERASEVEN, they fail to talk about that she is telling you to target a specific kind of man. She's not telling you to take Lil Timmy's Best Buy check and use it to pay your rent, honey. She's not telling you to do that. She's not telling you that you're going to build with a man and none of that. She's telling you to come prepared to be a compliment to a man, because that man has a different set of agenda and criteria. No, he can't be with your bonnet head ass at no gala, at no black tie event. He can't. It doesn't work like that. They be like, what you doing, bringing a homeless woman up in here? Part of getting these big money deals is presenting the optics in a way that makes people yield to you. Are people stupidly nicer to more attractive people? Abso-fucking-lutely. That's the world we live in. And that is what what resonated with me. No, she's not talking about natural hair is ugly. She's talking about that natural hair has in society, it's been deemed as a lower level financial position. There are certain things, certain hairstyles, certain weight classes that tend to overall align you to a certain financial class. There's no escaping this. And many of us who are millennials, who are older millennials and Gen Xers, we're starting to wake up to this shit and be like, damn, the whole time while I was eating Popeye's fried chicken with Juju them, I had the body of a goddess. I ain't know no damn better. And I'm sitting up here getting all kinds of extra meat on my thighs for no reason, so that I can be in a relationship struggling. Make that shit make sense. When you at the body of a goddess and you could have leveled up your life. No, your relationships are not always going to work out. That's why you are not emotionally attached. But you utilize those relationships as financial leverage points. Yes, people don't like hearing this, but what sense does it make to be a dutiful wife many times over and not have shit to show for it? You know damn well that shit hurt. I know damn well that shit hurt. It makes absolutely no sense. I personally, I want to, if I were to get married and divorced, I want to leave every divorce with at least $50,000 or better. And that comes with targeting the appropriate man. But how do you capture the interest of these men? Because these are not men that are consistently accessible to you. They're not your mechanics. They're not your store clerks. Nothing wrong with them. But we have to be realistic about strategy. Okay? And so spiritual whistleblower is looking for love. SHERASEVEN is looking for funds. Period.
I believe that when you look good, you do feel better. Yes, the inside matters, but when you looking good and you're dressed nice, it does lift you up as a woman. Getting into your femininity. Femininity is not just how you dress, it's also other things. I do agree with that, but I had spoke to someone when I had this video in my shorts, and they agreed with the spiritual whistleblower that, a woman of God, and it is true if you are Christian, and other religions do practice modesty, that, it's about how you carry yourself, who are you as a person, your soul, and everything like that. And I agree with that, but I also disagree that I'm going to keep it real with you. This is from my perspective. I don't speak for everyone, but a lot of men who are even religious still want their women, their girlfriends and wives to look good. Like I had said before, my mother went to a party and married men were approaching her and they were interested in her. She didn't talk to them, but they said, "I wish my wife wore makeup like you." So they married women that they obviously must have loved or didn't. I don't know. They didn't fix themselves up. They didn't wear makeup. They didn't dress nice. And they're telling my mother, who fixed herself up and wears makeup, not a whole bunch, but just right, "I wish my wife would fix herself up like you."
We got to talk about that. We got to talk about that. And so one of the things that Cerebral Talks was saying is that men are always hollering about how they're visual. But then you listen to the internet fodder and you hear men saying that they want women who are modest and traditional. So this modest traditional woman, that's really turning you on? Okay. Okay. I'm going to keep going.
Are men who do date women who don't do all of that, but those men are all not all faithful to those women either. And I'm not saying you can't get a man if you are very plain all the time. I just feel like as women, we should be having fun anyway. I mean, come on, we should be playing in the makeup and the perfume, just doing it right where it doesn't look tacky or you don't look like a skank, but you know exactly what works for you. You look good. You look good. I mean, the spiritual whistleblower, she showed it. Yeah, I'm in my hoodie and stuff. She knows what to do. But there are a lot of women who are dressed down like what she's wearing in this hoodie, and they never fix themselves up the way the spiritual whistleblower does. They look like that 24 hours and they can't get a man because they just let themselves go. They don't care. Now, she doesn't promote that. The spiritual whistleblower is for women pouring into themselves too and, getting yourself together. So I'm just going to be quiet. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to play now the clip of what the spiritual whistleblower had to say to women who are narcissists to her within especially the Black women's space. Shera and Ashley Dalton names were mentioned. So sit back and listen to this. I'm going to play the response and then I'm going to show you responses that a few women made on TikTok as well. Let's see more of what was being said.
What's one of the ways that you can spot a female narcissist who happens to be a content creator on TikTok? She may even be a sociopath. I'm going to give you one tidbit. There's several ways that you can tell, and I'll put those in other videos, but I really want to help y'all raise y'all discernment going into 2025, okay? There are so many female narcissists, sociopaths on this app that are toxic, mean-spirited.
Now, this is what I want y'all to pay very, very, very close attention to. Because I'm finna show you, after she's done with her speech, exactly what her issue is. A lot of people think that it's just flagrant jealousy. And on the surface, it might be that, but I'm going to show you what it really, really is. So make sure you pay attention to what she's saying right now.
Spirited, jealous of single women. A lot of them are married. Some of them are side chicks, and they're just jealous of single women. But I'm going to give you another sign that you can spot a female narcissist content creator here on TikTok. Rock with me. Female narcissists, female sociopaths, when it comes to them being content creators, they have a weird fascination, a weird obsession with how other women look. They're always trying to give you a motherfucking beauty tip, trying to tell you what looks good and what doesn't look good, what men think you should look like. They go on to say what a man feels a woman should look like and what a man defines as beautiful. That's because she's misogynistic. She's a pick-me. And I'll go a step further to my Black women. If you're not Black, you can still watch this and just take notes as if this content creator is in your own community. But I'm going to speak directly to my Black sisters. There are a lot of Black female content creators who talk down on Black women's looks. They're trying to tell you your wig don't look good, lashes are ugly, you need to dress this way, you need to dress that way, stop wearing bonnets and scarves. But when you really check her out, there's nothing special about her. She might have on a makeup and a wig herself, and she thinks she's the bomb. The bitch is delusional. The female narcissist is extremely controlling. When it comes to content creating, she wants to control women. She wants to not only control women, she wants to control y'all money, y'all pocketbook. She feels entitled to your money. So she's going to find a way to grift and scam you. And one of those ways is by giving women beauty tips, what you should and shouldn't look like, or what a man feels beautiful is, and how you should be dressing when it comes to a man. If you want a man, if you want to... Who made her the fucking expert? Seriously, who appointed her to be the motherfucking fashion police? Now, in the past, I've pissed off a lot of toxic in this app, especially the women that follow behind Shera, women that follow behind Miss Ashley. And I'll tell you why. I would never take fashion advice from Shera. Her wigs are cheap. Her makeup is, the eyeliner be sloppy at times. Who is she? Who made her the authority to give a bitch fashion advice? And see, I dress like this on purpose. I know exactly what I'm doing. When I put on a hoodie, a bonnet, a scarf, and I dress down, I be waiting for a bitch to call me ugly. Call me ugly. I dare you. Because when I clean up, oh, the wig is top of the line. The face is beat to perfection. Okay? The clothes, the body is tea. See, these sit on their platforms and talk down to women about their looks, but let a real like me, let them come for me. I will eat every time. I know this is going to piss off a lot of women that follow Miss Shera and Miss Ashley, and I really don't give a but I know how to get underneath a bitch's skin. Talk about my looks. Because see, a woman of God is not shallow. Narcissistic women are not self-aware. They only are about the outward appearance, they're obsessed with perception, what people think of them, the visual. They're not concerned with the depths of your heart. They don't care about morals, integrity, principles, character. They are only consumed with the visual, the outside appearance, and they are obsessed with what people think of them. But when you're a true woman of God, you know the outward appearance means nothing. It is what is in here. You understand me? That's why I dress like this. I be sitting and waiting. Call me ugly. I'd rather be a woman built with good morals, integrity, principles, good character, depth. A woman of substance, a woman who is self-aware. Something that the female narcissist will never be. All she cares about is the outward appearance. So she'll find a way to grift and scam and get a woman's money by sitting up and she preys on women with low self-esteem. That's another thing. Her cult following is nothing more than women with low self-esteem that don't know their self-worth. And these women will put her on a pedestal, and everything that comes out her mouth, they're taking notes like, oh, who gave this the authority to give any advice about fashion and hair? She is not tea. Her body is not tea. Her hair is not tea. The makeup is not tea. If you want to take real fashion advice, go get you a magazine, Vogue magazine. Go Google YouTube videos of real fashion experts and high fashion stylists. That's what you do. But in terms of the female narcissist giving advice, hell no. I will outdress Miss Shera, Miss Ashley, and any other sociopathic black woman on this app. I wish you would come for me, honey. You got the right one. And I got a history of being a runway model here in New York City. You don't think I don't know how to dress and style? But I'm not going to get on here and project and throw that on women and make other women feel bad because they're not good dressers. I want to talk to the woman's heart. I want to make a woman feel beautiful about herself emotionally. We can always get dolled up, put on some makeup and a wig. That's easy. That's too easy. Teach a woman how to have good character, good morals, high values. That's something Miss Shera and these other sociopathic just on this app will never be able to do.
All right, so I'm going to stop right there. Woo! Woo, she was heated. Lord have mercy. She was mad as hell, wasn't she? I ain't never been that mad at a bitch in my life. Woo, Lord, okay. Woo, Lord. Oh, I felt all that. Ooh, that girl angry. Okay. Yeah, and she did level up. And now she's showing her true colors. I'm going to tell you what she's doing. Because I've been in this mindset before myself. She's protecting the ugly duckling. Now, I'm not gonna call no woman ugly. I'm just simply gonna tell you, and make sure you comment, make sure you share this. I'm gonna tell you how society operates and what society says, which is exactly what Shera does. So society has their beauty standards. And what whistleblower was, you could just tell from her energy, she was never made to feel beautiful when she was a young girl. Clearly, she had an abusive family, a controlling family, and she had to go through life thinking that she wasn't valuable. She understands that pain. She understands that level of depression. She understands not being able to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and get fine as a motherfucker and pull into that main character energy. She is identifying with a part of herself. That's what she's doing. And she was the girl who I am willing to bet, I swear, even if this woman ever see this video and she say, this girl don't know me, what's she talking about? But I'm telling you, the spirit tell you stuff. This was a girl who was in high school, getting picked on, getting bullied, getting called a nerd, getting called. And do you understand that you go through that ugly duckling phase? Where you basically nobody notices you, and when they do, they treat you like you ain't nothing. And then you finally realize that you've turned into the swan. But you still carry the pain of the time when you was the ugly duckling. So she thinks that by dressing down and by protecting her audience's insecurities, she's protecting that little girl inside herself. Oh yeah, I just fucking read her whole profile, and I ain't she ain't even got to go to therapy. I just helped her. Sprinkle sprinkle. She's protecting that part of herself because she identifies with and she knows when it's like that. When you weren't the woman that everybody was falling head over heels for. And now she know how to get in her bag, and she know how to do her thing, and she know how to make them sweat, make them holler, make them lose their breath, make them water. You feel me? And now that she knows that, she like, I have a responsibility to uplift the women who are plain Janes, who are not necessarily got that spice. Shera always had it. You could tell she always been a baddie. She always had it. She ain't never had to worry about that. However, the thing that lets me know that Shera is not just completely superficial is her spiritual channel. And then I got some more tea for you too, so you make sure you want to stay tuned too. Hold on. So, if you go over and you look at Azra Goddess, okay, her spiritual channel, for which she's had for over 10 years. And this is not a grift. This girl been talking about the same stuff since forever. Writing spells, binding spells. She is a woman who believes in the power of magic. And when you believe in the power of magic, you as a woman cannot be weighed down by the problems that some men have. Most men spiritually are on a two-dimensional level. And when you are with a man, there has to be an exchange in order for you to be light and free and feminine. You cannot remain light, free, and feminine with a man who is not competent and capable of giving you a financially fortuitous life. This is spiritual law that we are talking about here. And if he cannot give you a financially fortuitous life, you cannot be in your creative realm. You then have to go into your rationale realm. You have to go into your logic realm. And one of the biggest gifts that women have is the ability to create. And that magic alone brings abundance. That is womb energy. That is divine feminine energy. You cannot be in your divine feminine energy going half on no motherfucking bills. You cannot be fully in your divine feminine energy being bogged down with the day-to-day problems. Y'all get what I'm saying? You cannot be in your divine feminine being bogged down with the day-to-day problems. However, as black women, we got to realize that we have a different story. Okay? That's why y'all need to go ahead and check out my ebook. The information is in the description. It is nuanced and it is specific to black women's. Okay? So Shera ain't never grifted. She understands that if her man takes on the difficult, burdensome aspects of life, she can be a magical woman and create. She can be in her divine feminine. Okay? She ain't building somebody up or carrying a heavy ass weight of a man or all of his pain and all of his problems. She's made a conscientious decision to live feminine and live free. It's one thing to be a beautiful woman and know that you're a beautiful woman, but it's another thing to know that you are a magical woman. And because of that magic that you will be able to give him, to help him to come into a space of peace, of serenity, of love. When he goes out there and fights that terrible world that they always talking about. Look at this one here. Shera says, dark energy will get you exactly what you want. People think she all about gold digging and looking good and playing motherfuckers. No, there's a back end to that. She understands as above, so below, as within, so without. She has created a world so that she could be unburdened to create. So now she can sit on YouTube, make a bunch of videos, write a bunch of books. Hell, she done got a whole office off of her so-called grift. The girl barely take any interviews. I know a grifter who thinks your money is their money. But I'm going to keep that to myself, okay? She done got a whole office off of her creation. She's teaching you how to be in your creative womb energy as a woman, something that we as black women are never actually able to do because our men are so goddamn needy. They need you to hold it down. They need you to help them out. They need you to build with them. They need you to understand. They need you to be their mama. It's too much. And when you constantly doing all that emotional labor, your mind is cloudy. You can't create. And that is what Shera teaches, okay? Yeah, exactly, golden lady. No matter how good she looks, you could tell she feels ugly on the inside. She realizes that she looks good now, but she's still playing the role of the ugly duckling. Who, me? I wasn't never called ugly, but I definitely didn't feel beautiful all the time. No. No, I did not. No, I did not. But when I got a little bit older and I started getting a lot of attention, because I had been such a nerd. Like, I was a nerdy kid. I read books. I wrote stories. I was creative. And that's what I did with my time when I was a little girl. And that was natural to me. But in terms of using my beauty and stuff like that, I didn't know nothing about that. I had these big old Coke bottle glasses when I was a little girl. I still got them. I got them on now. Shit. But when I clean up, shit, I do the damn thing. People be like, that's a whole different person. No, it is what it is. And that's why I say I understand spiritual whistleblower in that nerdy girl to this beautiful swan. It's like night and day. And because that wasn't your foundation, you don't fully understand how to embrace it. So you're not walking in it. And Shera represents that part of her that she's denying. Okay? Now, one of the things that spiritual whistleblower was saying was that it was a grift. She's a Jezebel. Blah, 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 blah. But what if I told you that Jezebel was exactly what we need to channel? Stay with me now. Stay with me, because I know some of you all gonna glitch after hearing this. What if I told you that a Jezebel is something that we need to embrace? Okay? The story of Jezebel was that she was what? She had this worship. She was an idol worshiper who worshiped this god called Bow. I'm not a big Bible thumper, so don't quote me on this one, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, okay? But this was a god who was a god of nature, a god of thunder, a god of lightning, etc., etc. Well, guess who else was a god of nature and a god of thunder and a god of lightning? Oya of the Yoruba pantheon. Stick with me now. Now let me just tell y'all, I'm gonna read this real quick. Oya, also known as, I'm not gonna try to pronounce that because that's gonna be a waste of our collective time, is a prominent and powerful African goddess who is widely worshipped in several West African, Brazilian, and Caribbean countries. In the Yoruba religion, Oya is considered the goddess of storm, death, and rebirth. Some of the other names associated with her is, nope, not gonna say it because child, please. I'm not gonna disrespect the deities. The origin of Oya deity can be traced back to Yoruba people of Nigeria, Benin, and Togo. The Yoruba believe that Oya is one of the wives of a Shango, baby. Yes. I had a dream about Shango. I definitely did. I had a dream about Shango. The god of thunder and lightning. Now look, check this out. Y'all know about X-Men, right? The character of Storm that Stan Lee came up with came from the Yoruba pantheon, Oya. The character of Thor with his hammer and lightning came from the Yoruba pantheon of Shango. Yes, honey, they steal everything from us. Don't even worry about it. We already know. But in this particular pantheon, what's important to grasp from this is that any level of feminine divinity in that patriarchal book called the Bible was always demonized. The only time a woman was exalted was when she was in service of a man. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? So the only time that a woman could ever think to be exalted is when she is in the service of a man. Very interesting. But in the Yoruba pantheon, the deity of Oya played a significant role, and she did not play background, and she did not just wait on her man. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Oya was Shango's girl, but he wasn't the main girl. Even in the Yoruba pantheon, the men's was still the same. There was Oshun and there was Oya. I believe Oshun and Oya was sisters. Okay? And I'm going to show y'all something else. Okay? Yeah, baby, I'm finna cook with gas today, baby. Bear me one moment. Okay. Y'all remember this iconic picture of Beyonce? Beyonce. This is Beyonce representing herself as Oya, the Yoruban goddess. Why is this important? Because Oya was more of the force to be reckoned with. Oshun was more of a goddess of love and fertility and seduction. She was Jezebel's other side. You see, when you think of these deities, don't think of them as personifications, but more so as aspects of energy. Okay? And so the aspect of energy was, the force was Oya, which was one side of the feminine principle, and the other force was Oshun, the other side of the feminine principle. The character of Jezebel was both of these in the Bible. The character of Jezebel was both of these in the Bible. On one hand, she was a seductress. On the other hand, she was about that life. This is the totality of femininity, but when you get into the patriarchy, they act like there's only one side, the subservient side, the subjugated side. So when these women talk about the Jezebelic spirit, it all connects because Jezebel was indeed giving homage to Oya. Yeah, they changed the words around and all that. Make sure you comment, make sure you share this. They changed the words around and all that, but what they don't do is they don't do it good enough, because all it takes is a spirit of discernment. Now, Jezebel went on to what she do? She ganked land from some man for her man. Ain't that Jezebel riding for her man? Yeah, she off the dude to get some land for her man, but she rolled for her man. Didn't she? She showed you how fierce the dark divine feminine spirit can be. That's what Jezebel did. Now, when you see people who are narcissistic operating the way that they do, they are not seduced by the Jezebelic spirit. They are seduced by the incubus and the succubus spirit. Incubus and succubus spirit. I'm not going to go into detail about that, but I want you to keep that in your mind. Jezebel was a businesswoman. Jezebel was a harlot. Jezebel was a charlatan. Jezebel was a lover. Jezebel was about that life. Jezebel was a seductress. All of those things encompass femininity. But the patriarchy will tell you that femininity only comes in one flavor. And that's a lie. And it's on purpose. So Jezebel was demonized in the Bible, but she was a businesswoman. So when the women talk about the Jezebelic spirit, it lets me know that they have not given credence to their own divine femininity in the dark divine femininity. You know what I mean? They ain't aired out their own Jezebelic nature. They're afraid of something within themselves. Okay? And so that's what spiritual whistleblower, she is dealing with a battle within herself. That's first and foremost. Okay? The battle is within. Also, in the description, we getting our femininity back, y'all. Hold on. Now, come on now. You ain't have to do all that. Oh. This what y'all gonna do. That's just evil. That's just evil. All right, while I fix this, we're going to go ahead and listen to the rest of this.
But I wish, I dress down like this on purpose because I wish I would talk about my looks, honey. I will eat every time. I will make a look so bad for coming out her face sideways and talking about my looks, honey. You don't want it with me. I'm a bad. Let me clean up. I hurt feelings. You're going to wish that I dressed back down again. And you'll wish you would have left me alone when it comes to the looks department. I dress down like this because I want my sisters to focus on the message, not the appearance. Because if I dress up, y'all gonna be like, oh, you look beautiful. Where'd you get your wig? What color foundation or eyeshadow is that? Women be fixated on my looks when I dress up, and I don't want that. I want you to focus on the message. You feel me? A female narcissist is more concerned with the appearance, the outside opinions of how people perceive her because she's insecure. But she'll project that onto her female audience and she'll try to scam and grift off of that. And that's nothing more than women having low self-esteem and not knowing their worth and putting this woman on a pedestal when you should be putting God on a pedestal. God has already told you you're beautiful. Work on your insides and stop worried about the outsides and what motherfuckers think about you. And that's how I can tell. One of the ways I can tell a female narcissist, a female sociopath, is when she's over-consumed with her looks and how others look. And then she tries to tell women how to look, like somebody appointed her to be the fashion police. And her dresses and clothes ain't even up to par, honey. We really want to go there. If you want some real fashion advice, look up the celebrity stylists that dress the celebrities, okay? And makeup tips from celebrity makeup artists. But these toxic that are amateurs, they just want your money. They grifting. Wake up, ladies. 2025, let's keep our foots on the necks of these pick-me's, these female narcissists / sociopaths. And I dare them to come for me. I stay ready, locked and loaded.
Yours truly, I totally agree. Shera is channeling the spirit of God's wife. Yes, God's wife. That's how much she identifies with her level of divine femininity. She's been able to be in this simulation and turn things in her direction. And she knows who spiritual whistleblower is, and she ain't even got to air her out. She ain't even got to air her out. Now, the last part to this, which I'm not going to play, you can go over to Cerebral's channel and look at it. What she says something about Shera is not good for the good girls. Shera is not good for the good girls. Now, here's my response to that. I can tell that SWB is having a really hard time with the world that we live in. Now, in her rant, she mentioned how Donald Trump is a sociopath and he's about to come into office. And many people wonder, how is it that someone who has a record, someone who has been, accused of all sorts of horrific things, is able to still be the president of the United States? And my question is, how come y'all surprised? That's my question. How come y'all surprised? You see, there's two things that Miss Whistleblower is grappling with. See, in the Bible, it tells you, you're going to be rewarded if you are a chaste woman, if you are a good woman. Stay with me now. I know some of y'all gonna be mad when you hear this, and it might be a little bit triggering. But I'm going somewhere with this. If you are a modest woman, if you are a loving woman, okay, God's gonna bless you. Yes, He is. God's gonna see you through, right? I ain't trying to be too bogus, but yes, that's what you're told. And because you are told that, you believe it, you embody it, and you live your life a certain way. You don't tap into your natural tendencies to be a seductress, which every woman has inside of her. So you do that so that you don't subdue men the way that Shera does, and you don't seem like a Jezebel, and you don't seem like a 304, and you don't seem like you are a threat to the male ego. Therefore, you're good enough for them to marry you. Well, let's sit and do the calculation. Shera is married for 20 years. Spiritual whistleblower who wants to get married and is waiting on God to send her husband is not. Interesting. Wait. Spiritual whistleblower who wants a husband. If she didn't want a husband, it wouldn't matter. She wants a husband for sure. She's just smarter about how she moves now, with that potty mouth of hers. But Shera got a husband. And albeit she got it through getting somebody else's man and probably spell work too. But she got a man, don't she? And you don't. So why is her God working for her and yours? I got questions. I just want to know. I mean, the good girls better wake up. You damn right about that. You accept that good girl programming when you accept Christianity and you also accept patriarchy. You have no choice but to be male centered, because the religion will not allow you to not be male centered. There is no Christian choice of not being male centered. There's only women who are practicing a spiritual system that has vehemently told them that they have no power other than the power that they put into other people and the service to the community. That power, garnering praise from doing that, is how you get your power. So a lot of women are lying to themselves, really, in my personal opinion. They're lying to themselves, right? They've aligned themselves with a philosophy. Make sure you comment, make sure you share this. They've aligned themselves with a philosophy that doesn't align to their true nature. But it is hard to get away from that, especially when it has become a part of you. But we're constantly seeing the truth bashing us over the head. You talking about Donald Trump getting into office? Shit. What politician ain't a sociopath? Name one. I'll wait. Oh, but by it being so blatant and in your face, you hate it. Right. Probably just like how you hate seeing Meg Thee Stallion them shaking their ass and still winning. People are crashing out and glitching because reality is beating them over the head. The men want to holler about how they don't like 304s, but look at your president. Look at your president. The men want to holler about how they want modest women, but they are disrupting their entire family. Check this out. Let me show y'all this clip.
Now there's Hard on Myself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, doesn't that reference the Ruby Rose situation?
I ain't listened to that song in a minute. What I say in it?
Told her we should just split up, get this shit off the net. They're trying to crucify me for an innocent text. Like we actually linked up on Internet Cap.
Oh,
They sent the message while in front of her, a tit for a tat. Does that sound like it's about the Ruby Rose situation?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of people don't read lyrics and listen, man. I appreciate that.
Hey, man, I'm a music guy.
Yeah,
That's what I do.
Yeah.
So, you guys were dating. You guys broke up. And then you guys start taking shots at each other. And then she said something about you, said, oh, my next guy's going to be taller or something. And then you said, my next girl is not going to have 60 bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Were you serious about the 60 bodies thing, or you were just talking shit?
No, it was just a little back and forth shit,
Okay.
Regular shit.
But what was that about? It was like she was trying to expose D.
So what's funny about that is he lying, but it's cool. So Ruby Rose, supposedly a 304. But when we see him with Hallie, we kind of know that the energy is not aligned, right? Everybody knows that, probably except for Hallie. And the reason being is because we know that guys like him like 304s. Now look, check this out. This is becoming more and more of a known thing. It's an open secret in the world. Now, back in the day, Grandpappy, he used to do his dirt across town and mama had to stay and so on and so forth. But now with the internet and now with women kind of being a little bit more aware, they like, no, you cannot just cheat on me and have your 304 and have me at home cooking and slaving and taking care of babies. Men yearn for the old days because they want both type of women. But a person like Spiritual Whistleblower have been told her entire life, if you are this good girl, good things will come to you. But this woman has been in all-out abusive relationships. Has this happened to Shera? The Jezebel? Interesting. Interesting. Hold on. Oh. Here we are. All right. So Let's talk about the president. Hold on.
It's been easy. Melania Trump was just 28 when she met future husband Donald Trump at a party during New York Fashion Week in 1998. 24 years her senior, Trump had a well-earned reputation as a ladies' man. He had already been married twice, divorcing wife Ivana after his affair with Marla Maples, who went on to become his second ex-wife. In fact, Trump was on a date with another woman when he asked for Melania's number. She declined, instead asking for his. Before long, they began dating. They weren't long into their relationship, however, when Melania decided to break things off. Matthew Atanian, her former roommate and photographer, told GQ, "She had some trust issues with him at the beginning. She was telling me that she wouldn't have it. He was back to his old ways. She kept her apartment to have her own space because of this. But just a few months later, they got back together." It's no secret that prior to her marriage, Melania was a top model who wasn't a prude when it came to nudity. She was regularly seen in magazines sporting lingerie and had no problem taking it all off for a steamy GQ photo shoot back in 2000.
Now, many would say that Melania is a 304. But here she is. I didn't even know they were still together, really, to be honest with you. But I guess they still together. But here she is, the first lady. Gonna be the first lady again to her felony husband. This is the reality that we live in. And if she thinks that she is fighting some demons, she is sorely mistaken. It is not that demons are rising. It is that the truth is rising. And one of the things that I said to you all in the beginning of this entirety of this live podcast or stream or whatever shit, y'all know what I mean, is that I'm about the truth. And the truth has just risen. The male will tell you what he wants to be. He will not tell you what he is. We have always, as women, not been exposed to male nature and been able to understand it in a meaningful way. It's one thing to say, oh, guys ain't shit. You know, a lot of women will say that, but that's not really it, is it? It's that guys are a lot more animalistic and led by superficial and sexual things than we're led to believe. So while you sitting in church praying for your husband being a nice, modest woman, you might get a husband. But sadly, that husband will cheat with his fantasy girl in many cases. Sadly. Unless he got ED. Even motherfuckers with no legs will find a way to cheat. Like Shera said, Stephen Hawking found a way to cheat. Stephen fucking Hawking, y'all. Think about that. So, when you're understanding male nature, which has always been the same, the women who accept the conditioning of wife get to play that role. And that role, as of the last 10, 20 years, ain't giving what it's supposed to give. It ain't looking like it's supposed to look, because these men are starting to show their true colors. They don't have the acumen to focus in on one woman. They don't even have the acumen to fake it. And their carnal nature is going to lead them to something that is what it is. Shera puts out the best possible solution considering the truth. Not the fake ass world of, if I be a good girl, then God's going to bless me with a good man, Savannah, yada, yada, yada. Because you're not going to be prepared for male nature. You're going to think you finally won. Do you know how many women thought they finally won? It was finally their turn. Let's talk about Ashanti. Finally, after all I've been through, I finally got my turn. And then what happened? Nelly gets arrested. Keke Palmer. Finally, I got my turn. And then what happens? She got to deal with a DV boyfriend, a DV baby daddy. Finally, my turn be having the girlies in a chokehold. Don't worry about finally your turn. Don't even worry about that shit. Worry about being the healthiest, most positive woman for you and never get involved with the man unless you have a specific goal in mind. If you get involved with the man for love, something that you can't touch, taste, hear, or smell, then you will, my dear, be, it's up for you. Anything could happen. Okay? You're just rolling the dice on your life. Okay? You're just rolling the dice on your life. So I believe that what's the problem with Shera and spiritual whistleblower is women like Shera is not supposed to win. Women like Shera is supposed to lose, and they supposed to be getting eaten up by dogs like Jezebel did. And since that ain't happening, since she is abundant, since she is free, since she is able to amass more of an audience than her paradigm is crumbling down. That's where the real pain point is. The real pain point is her paradigm is crumbling down. Imagine believing this shit your entire life and then only to find out that hoes is winning. Huh. And you got to eat crow like that. Because hoes be winning. But I think that for women, you got to understand that there's parts of you that you don't allow to be unlocked. And I'm not telling women to go out there and sleep around or nothing like that. I think that's very dangerous, especially in this day and age. But no, what I'm telling you is that you keep allowing yourself to be under this guise of, I need to be a good girl. I need to care more about others than I care about myself. What is wrong with prioritizing your own needs? What is wrong with making sure that you give to others within the same measure that you give to yourself? What is wrong with making sure that a man makes a comfortable world for you so that you could be in your magic and your light? What's wrong with that? Not a damn thing. But as black women, we're taught that everything we have, we got to suffer or work hard as hell for. And that's a spell, honey. That's real witchcraft. Okay? Y'all definitely want to make sure you go out, buy the book. But yeah, that's what I had to say about that. The information is in the description. What do y'all think? Do you think I'm wrong? I'm tripping? What do y'all think in the chat? Yes, men do love 304s. Absolutely. He look like his balls ain't dropped yet. He's so immature. Oh my God, DDG, DVD. He looks like a child. And, you know, unfortunately, Hallie laid down with a childish, corny, immature streamer. And what will be, will be. I remember when Shera almost bagged Billy Carson. Really? Exactly. A whole corn star. Exactly. 304's up, pick me's down. Exactly. And it's again, I want to be clear. It's because you're not allowing a certain part of your own nature to be unlocked. Right? You're holding it back, believing that the sacrifice of who you truly are is going to somehow be a reward at the end of the tunnel. And this is a challenge. This is going to be a challenge for a lot of Christians to say, all right, can you hold on? Can you trust God through this, through this shift and wave? But I honestly don't believe that it's more so the devil. I believe it's more so the truth. Every president that it came before him done had a past, a dirty one. But now we're just living in a more of a world where people are getting full, proper disclosure, if not oversharing. People are oversharing. So the truth is, it's always been this way. The world's mask has just fallen off. And for people like Whistleblower and other women who follow that modest traditional lifestyle, I feel bad for them because they're getting the short end of the stick. Now, I know that Whistleblower knows how to, hop into that baddie girl energy. But it's a reason why you realize that you had to do that shit, and you're fighting giving it full credence. And that's my take on it. Your paradigm is being broken, honey. That good girl shit ain't working for you, and it ain't never worked for you. Let it the fuck go. All right. Now, if this live stream has been of help to you, service to you, if it's brought you some sort of joy, understanding, or confirmation, consider donating through the Cash App or buy my book as well as my t-shirts. They are in the description. Of course, I'm going to monetize. Of course, I'm giving. It's the law of reciprocity, honey. Yes, we do that over here. All right. So I love you all. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. This has been fun. I've enjoyed myself. And truthfully speaking, if I have another really pressing topic